All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, so it's been a minute. Happy New Year for those I didn't wish Happy New Year. I took a complete huge break since that last Vlogmas video that I uploaded. I know technically I didn't finish Vlogmas, but considering that the next day, the 25th, would have been the exact same information that I did on the 24th, I was like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna stop Vlogmas a day early. So thank you guys so much for tuning in during Vlogmas and for watching all of my videos. That genuinely means a lot to me. I had fun this past Vlogmas. Like, that's the most I've gotten any work done crochet wise or uploaded videos, and my videos were actually not bad. It's not like I was like grasping at straws of what to do, so that's nice. It was just a good time, but I did experience a little bit of burnout, so that is why I took a huge break. And even recently, I haven't been crocheting or knitting really, and my arm has still been on fire. I have not bought that new sleeve yet, like I mentioned I was going to. So yeah, I've been taking it easy and just been really playing my Switch occasionally, or just watching videos on Facebook whenever I would get off work. So that's all I've been doing for the past, what, almost 3 weeks. And I did not record a video, but my birthday was actually this past Tuesday, so I did celebrate my birthday, and it was nice. I had a great time with my family and my boyfriend. But that was it. That's all I've done. So I'm excited to get this new year started. I've set some goals for my business. I've set some goals. And honestly, I set both business goals and personal goals. I just put them all in one big blob, because some things are more important to me than other things, and I didn't want to like overload myself with too many business goals and too many personal goals. So I just put down a few of the things that I feel are absolutely important, and that's kind of where we're going to start today. It's just going over the goals I've set for 2026, and I will show you guys the projects I've been working on since Vlogmas. So I do have footage also that I did record that I was going to probably post sometime after Vlogmas, but I didn't. I am going to include the unboxing of yarn, and that's going to be at the end of this video. So the first goal I've set for myself for 2026 is I want to get at least 5 sales a month on my Etsy shop. I don't know how to make this possible. I'm thinking about maybe starting some sort of sale each month towards the middle of the month. So we're going into the middle of January. They could start a sale on the 15th and run that sale for maybe a week or so and see if that helps boost any sales on my shop. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Like, each month is just like getting sales to boost. Like, of course I want to always be making new things that I can put up, while also making plushies that are going to be sold at cross tie. Cross tie is in April, and y'all know me, every year I'm like, I want to make this many plushies for cross tie, and I never do because I started super late. So my plan is to start making plushies this weekend for cross tie, and continuing on with other projects that I have, like, you know, mesh market bags and stuff like that. So that's my goal. My first goal is to try to get at least 5 sales each month, or I would be satisfied with just making 1 sale each month. I'm not trying to be too ambitious, but I'm also not trying to set the standard very low for myself. Like, I want this year to be great for my business, both online and in person. So of course that means I have to change some things that I'm doing a little bit, which is kind of like what I'm saying is like getting started early instead of waiting last minute to make plushies. So that's what I'm going to do. Try to get 5 sales online through my Etsy shop every single month of this year. Second goal is to try to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I wanted to at least get to 500 last year, and I didn't get that close. Like, I got close, but I didn't meet the mark. And it was really like the last couple of days of the year I was seeing like my numbers grow. I hadn't even been posting anything since Vlogmas, and I was seeing my channel grow still. And that's kind of giving me the motivation I need. If I could at least get the last few subscribers to get me to 500, that would be great. And then we'll figure out what I'm going to do to help boost and get more subscribers. So gotta be more consistent. I gotta post more. I gotta, you know, just keep grinding and creating content. And that's something I knew like 2 years ago. I was like, hey, everything is content, but I don't always record myself. I'm either too tired, or I just don't feel like sitting in front of a camera, because it is a little discouraging or unnerving, is like recording yourself knowing that people are actually going to watch it. Something I still have not gotten used to in the years that I've been uploading to my channel. So yeah, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, or at least get very close to it. So that's my second goal. My third goal is to get to 2,000 subscribers on TikTok, which is kind of, it might be a little bit easier than my YouTube goal, because at least on TikTok, I think I'm at like 1,400 subscribers. And it's usually easier to get followers on platforms like TikTok, because again, the video forms is a lot shorter, and like you can just put shorter content up and grab people's attention. At least that's how it works with me. I know I can find a video and watch it for like 3 seconds and I'm like, oh, I'm following you. So I want to get to 2K subscribers on TikTok. I want to get to 500 subscribers on Facebook and Instagram. I think my Facebook has maybe 200 followers, and I think I have less than that on Instagram. So yeah, basically my goal, those 3 goals I just listed are just me trying to grow my audience on all of my social platforms that I post to. I don't really post much to Instagram, so I'm really not that worried about Instagram, but I do post a lot to Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So I want to grow those channels. So hopefully I can meet a bigger target audience, and hopefully that would help me also as well meet my first goal of getting more sales. So that's my business goals. Just as a hobby, because I started knitting this year, my next goal is going to be to knit my first sweater. I'm very scared of this goal because that means I have to not only learn new tools for knitting, more stitches, more lingo, and all of that. So that's a little scary for me. Clothing in general, whether I crochet it or not, is scary for me. So I think that's going to be like the hardest thing that I try to complete this year is knitting my first sweater. And that's going to have to be done again in between when I have downtime, when I am not doing school or not doing a market, not preparing for a market. It's gonna have to be complete downtime. So I don't know if I will actually complete the sweater, but I at least want to start the sweater this year. Next goal is kind of a personal goal. As y'all know, I have a Kindle, and last year my goal was to read 5 books. I missed that mark by 2 books last year. So I want to be very more ambitious, and I want to read 10 books this year. So that book I was reading during Vlogmas, I've been reading that during my downtime this past week, and I'm like, I think 70% done with the book. So I'm almost close to finishing my first book of the year. So I'm happy about that. And then my last and final goal is going to be more Bible studies. I did buy this, a Bible study in 1 year. I got this off of TikTok shop. And I was supposed to start the first week this week. It is Saturday, so it's the end of the week. So I have not started yet. So we're going to get on this starting tomorrow, and we're just going to be a week behind. But still, the point is just that I open my Bible more and I read and I get more aligned spiritually. And that's something that I kind of want to do this year, because I feel like last year I let that kind of fall by the wayside. And the older I get, the more I'm realizing that I want to grow closer to God spiritually, and I want to be able to, if I have kids, I want to be able to raise my kids the same way I was raised, and to be able to talk to them about God. So, you know, how can you talk about somebody that you don't spend time learning about? That's just like the biggest thing. I wouldn't be setting a good example for my kids if I wasn't reading my Bible, if I didn't understand my Bible, or at least know more about what's in the Bible. You get what I'm saying? So I want to start at least reading a little bit more, fueling my spirit with something other than a lot of the drama that is in my life. And I also think doing more Bible studies would also allow me a little bit better to handle the work week. I let a lot of things rile me up last year, and I just don't want to be that person this year. So yeah, I've started the first 9 days of the year off. Well, it's the 10th. I've started the first 10 days of the year off a little rocky. I don't want that to be a trend going forward. So I am sitting at my desk and I'm preparing to do some work after I record this video. But it has been hard. It's been hard to stay focused, especially when you come home at 5 o'clock and you're very tired and you have to cook dinner and clean up. And by the time you cook and clean, you're even more tired. So yeah, that's just been how my days have been going since going back to work, is just being tired, coming home, cooking, laying in bed, taking a nap. And that's been it. I have been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, trying to get some progress done in that. Unfortunately, playing my Switch more is not a goal because I got too much stuff going on. With me trying to keep my goals in mind, I will also be going to school this semester. So this semester will be telling if I continue the rest of this year trying to get this degree, but I don't want to take on too much on my plate. So I know I need to focus, and one thing that I'm gonna have to give up is, of course, playing my Switch as often as I have been playing it. So I probably won't be able to get to play it until much later, or I can sit down and like find days where, hey, I crochet and work this day, and maybe tomorrow, instead of working when I come home, I can come home and I can relax. So I think I'm gonna make a schedule like that. That way I can still do everything that I like and hopefully not get burnt out. But the problem is when I start playing my Switch, I don't want to put my Switch down. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to figure out. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys some of the projects I've been working on since Vlogmas. Of course, y'all know I still have that hooded scarf, and I did do that extra 4 rows. So if this was for me, I still wouldn't say the neck is big enough for me to have a scarf comfortably. This is how it would be. And I don't think that would be comfortable enough. But considering that most people are not my size, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just start wrapping this up. But I haven't finished it. It is time for me to start working on the hooded part, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So there's that. I finished the scarf and the knitted hat that I was working on that was going to be a Christmas present. Finished that guy. I will put a small clip here, maybe. But, and then I finished that other one, the other scarf, like I sewed it up. And that's mostly it. I started this project, was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend. I think it was last weekend. I picked up this old mesh bag that I had. Oh, I should wipe my thing down. I had this old market bag that I had started and I never finished it. So I've been working on that. I worked on that last Saturday for a brief period. And that's actually probably what I'm gonna work on today for a little bit, is try to see if I can get more rows done, because it is gonna be a large size bag and I don't know if I have enough yarn to make it that big. But here it is. And then I started another knitted hat, this one in the speckled pink. And I believe this is going to be so cute. I can imagine a little girl wearing this. And it's just so flipping cute. But this is how far I made it on this before I just stopped knitting this. This is roughly maybe, I want to say maybe 3 inches, maybe. It's 3, almost 4 inches. So I got a good bit of it done. But that's all I've worked on. I just wanted to do a short video, update you guys on the goals that I want to try to achieve this year. I couldn't figure out the goals I set for last year. But I don't think I met any of those goals that I set last year, other than learning how to knit. So that's about it. So this year we're going to do a little bit better. I mean, I made a cute little goals bulletin this year. So I think I'm a little bit more serious about my goals than I was last year. I really want 2026 to be the year that I actually change my business around a little bit, that I make some progress and some changes, and, just grow as a content creator, as a small business owner, just all of it. So that's my biggest goal for this year, is just to put more time into my business and hopefully sell more items. So I am going to sit and crochet for a little bit today, but I'm also not going to go too hard at it, because again, I don't know what's going on with this arm, but I cannot crochet long before the fire radiates. And it's so bad at nighttime when my body's relaxing and sitting for a while, because out of nowhere, my arm will hurt, and it will hurt all morning, all night. It's just unpleasant. That will be all for this video. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching and for tuning in. I will put the unboxing here after this clip, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Thank you guys so much. Here's to a great 2026, y'all. Hey guys, so I'm in the room that has my yarn stored in it. It's been kind of crazy since Vlogmas has wrapped up. Christmas came, I had fun with the family, and I just did stuff. But I have been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley for the past couple of days. I haven't really crocheted or knit anything. So today is currently, Tuesday, December 30th. So it's New Year's Eve. I wanted to show you guys, I have a small a small Hobby Lobby haul. My boyfriend's Christmas presents to me was to take me shopping for yarn, and he took me to Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to show you guys everything I got and kind of what my mind was for the yarn I got. So I got 3 of this color. Look at that, that's kind of pretty. This is crushed raspberry. And I love this yarn. It's acrylic yarn. I didn't really have anything in mind for this. I was thinking maybe some more hats, maybe, or I can try to do a sweater or a cardigan. So I got that. I got 3 of this hot pink. Well, it's pink neon, but I got 3 of these, and I love this yarn. My thoughts with the pink yarn is I was thinking about doing a Valentine's Day cardigan. So I was going to use this hot pink for the heart, and then go in with maybe this pink, this sparkle pink. This is Pinky Toes. I have 3 of these. So I was thinking I can do the heart granny square pattern. So I was going to do the heart in this color and then come around with the rest of the granny square in this pink. So I'm thinking about that for these rolls. And I got 3 of these, 3 of these. So I might not use as much of this, but I might use most of all of this, depending on what size of the cardigan I do. And I haven't really done a cardigan like that before, but either way, I want to use the heart granny square pattern to do the sweater. And I've thought about maybe instead of a sweater, probably doing a purse instead. So that's an option. And then lastly, I got 3 of the Drizzle Me This, and it's kind of like the first one, but the colors are darker. They pop more. So that's basically all the yarn I got.